Please subscribe to the channel to support US monetarily and effective. Indeed, I gazed at the divorce documents on my desk, my palms quivering with a blend of rage and incredulity. The words of Daniel's statement struck with startling impact. My wife has exhibited persistent financial ineptitude and a lack of substantial contribution to our marriage. My name is Judith, and at the age of 30, I never anticipated becoming financially dependent on my husband of 5 years. Particularly not during the concluding phases of divesting my technology firm in Palo Alto. The irony would have been amusing had it not been so excruciating. I observed through the glass walls of my office, seeing Amanda, my secretary, laughing at something on her phone. She has exhibited peculiar behavior recently, extending her lunch breaks, engaging in enigmatic phone conversations, and displaying an unusual interest in our company's acquisition discussions. Upon observing her luxury handbag and new shoes, elements of the situation began to align. The notification that appeared on my laptop reoriented me to reality. Another correspondence from our acquisition team. The agreement was almost finalized. $800 for my software enterprise specializing on AI-driven market analysis. I maintained confidentiality during the discussions, not due to secrecy, but because I recognized early in my career that success is more impactful than proclamations. Daniel, being a background in real estate, consistently regarded my work as just computer play. He never comprehended what I was constructing. And frankly, he never made an effort to do so. He referred to it as your minor project. Despite our acquisition of clients and acknowledgement within the technology sector. Judith? Amanda's voice disrupted my contemplation as she entered my office. Daniel made a phone call. He stated that he will dispatch someone to retrieve his belongings this weekend. Thank you, Amanda, I responded, maintaining a neutral tone. I observed her discreet smirk as she averted her gaze. Her new diamond bracelet reflecting the sunlight, identical in style to the one Daniel's mother had bestowed upon me for our first anniversary. I returned to my laptop and accessed the protected folder containing all company documentation. Tomorrow, I will revoke Amanda's access to our systems. Established procedure for an employee submitting resignation, which I anticipated would occur imminently. The conclusive divorce documents need my signature. Daniel sought an expedient separation, citing irreconcilable disagreements and my alleged financial incompetence. Unbeknownst to him, as he orchestrated his departure, I was finalizing the most significant agreement of my professional life. I grasped my pen, an unusual tranquility enveloping me. Occasionally, the most effective reaction is to refrain from responding entirely. It allows individuals to disclose their authentic selves. 3 days later, I convened with my attorneys in their modern downtown Palo Alto office to finalize the divorce and acquisition documentation. The timing was nearly poetic, as I terminated my unsuccessful marriage with one hand while safeguarding my company's survival with the other. Ms. Kennedy, you comprehend that by refraining from opposing the divorce or revealing the impending sale, Mr. Harrison will forfeit any claim to your business assets? Barbara, my corporation attorney, inquired while adjusting her glasses. I nodded, recalling the evening 6 months prior when I first sensed anything was amiss. Daniel had increasingly been working late, while Amanda had begun posing unusual inquiries on our company's valuation techniques and investor relationships. I engaged a private investigator at that time, not due to jealousy, but to safeguard my intellectual property. The images they supplied of Daniel and Amanda's private lunches were nearly ancillary to my apprehensions of possible business espionage. I comprehend fully, I responded by signing another document. Daniel made his decision with the impression that I hesitated. Echoing his words with a faint smile, financially ineffectual. I find no justification to amend his assumption. The corporate acquisition team had been unequivocal, total confidentiality, until the transaction was finalized. Our staff were unaware, but they would be gratified by the retention bonuses I had secured for them. Most of them would be. I received a text from my vice president of engineering. Amanda has filed her resignation. Effective immediately. States she is seeking an exhilarating new chance. Precisely on time, I whispered, eliciting a quizzical glance from Barbara. Ought we to be apprehensive? She inquired. I negated with a shake of my head. Negative. Merely the anticipated exit of someone who believes they have discovered a superior opportunity. I did not disclose that I had previously migrated all her access to a monitored account designed to trace any attempts to access sensitive material. In technology, one learns to strategize for exits prior to their occurrence. Later that day, I overheard 2 developers conversing about Amanda's boast on her exceptional investment opportunity. specifically concerning unique real estate transactions that purportedly would double investors' capital within months. I discerned the glimmer of greed that likely lured Daniel. They were ideally suited for one another, both so fervently desirous of rapid wealth that they failed to recognize the significance of constructing something substantial. I returned to my computer and accessed the final acquisition checklist. Allow them to pursue their aspirations of effortless wealth. I possessed a business to divest and a future to construct. The acquisition agreement was finalized on a Thursday afternoon. While observing my team in the office kitchen celebrating with champagne and witnessing their expressions of joy upon the announcement of their retention incentives, I experienced a deep sense of achievement, not alone for the transaction, but for the creation of something substantial, something of worth. To Judith, proclaimed Michael, our lead developer, as he elevated his glass. The exemplary supervisor who never disclosed her status as a covert brilliant millionaire. The room resounded with laughter and applause. I grinned, reflecting on how far this was from Daniel's aspiration for rapid wealth. He consistently spoke of achieving significant success through cunning schemes or insider information, failing to comprehend that genuine achievement typically results from years of diligent effort. I received a message from Barbara on my phone. Divorce concluded. Harrison did not dispute any terms. Congratulations. You are now officially single and considerably more affluent. I was on the verge of replying when Tyler from accounting rushed over. His face flushed with enthusiasm unrelated to champagne. Judith, you will not believe what I have just heard, he said. My acquaintance at First Bay Bank informs me that Daniel has recently secured a substantial loan using his real estate assets as collateral. He is divesting all assets to invest in a unique opportunity. Tyler gestured with air quotes using his fingertips. Amanda seemingly persuaded him that she possessed insider information regarding our company's unique trading algorithms. I maintained a neutral demeanor while assimilating this information. Amanda had never been granted access to our actual AI technology. What she observed was only the user interface presented to clients. However, she would refrain from disclosing that to Daniel. I said calmly, taking a drink of champagne. That's intriguing. I am confident they possess the requisite expertise. Later that evening, while I was organizing my office, I discovered an old photograph of Daniel and me from a corporate Christmas party. He was perusing his phone as customary while I was deliberating a fresh project with our developers. It appeared appropriate at this moment. He had never truly engaged in my reality, ever seeking something superior, something swifter. I discarded the photograph in the recycling bin and retrieved my laptop. Tomorrow, we will commence the integration process with our acquiring business. I possessed a 3-year contract to persist in directing my team, advancing our technology with the support of a prominent tech corporation. While approaching my vehicle, I noticed a message from my former private investigator. I wanted to inform you that AM has purchased one-way tickets to the Cayman Islands as a solo traveler. I failed to respond. I deactivated my phone and drove to my new condominium in the hills, where I had a glass of wine on the balcony, seeing the sunset over Silicon Valley. Occasionally, success does not pertain to achieving retribution. It pertains to progressing and allowing others to confront the repercussions of their own decisions. 2 months post-acquisition, I was engrossed in discussions on the expansion of our AI platform when the initial indications of Daniel and Amanda's decline began to emerge. While I was examining integration strategies with our new parent firm, Lisa, my previous assistant from the accounting department, contacted. Have you observed the news? She inquired without introduction. Daniel's real estate office has officially confirmed its closure. A throng of irate investors is gathered outside their building. I accessed the local business news on my laptop. Indeed, Daniel's office was present, occupied by a group of individuals brandishing signs regarding fraud and insisting on the return of their funds. I identified other individuals, fellow real estate brokers who had collaborated with him throughout the years. Lisa continued by stating that they all invested in a particular special investment fund. Proprietary trading algorithms and assured results. Does this resonate with you? I silenced my phone and inhaled deeply. Amanda had leveraged her role as my secretary to enhance the legitimacy of her strategy. She likely persuaded them that her employment at a computer startup provided her with exclusive insights on groundbreaking trading software. Thank you for informing me, I eventually stated. However, I am currently en route to a meeting regarding our growth into Asian markets. Upon concluding the call, I redirected my focus to my primary tasks. Our AI technology has demonstrated greater value than expected, and we have already surpassed our first quarter predictions. I had an obligation to my team and our investors to concentrate on genuine potential, rather than past dramas. However, the circumstances involving Daniel and Amanda were inescapable. In the ensuing days, additional details surfaced. They had persuaded not just Daniel's colleagues but also several affluent clients to invest in their special fund. The allure of proprietary trading algorithms, allegedly derived from insider information linked to my company, became irresistible. "Mrs. Harrison?" A voice disrupted my contemplation. I observed a detective positioned in the doorway of my office. I informed him that it is now Ms. Kennedy. "In what manner may I assist you?" "We are examining a possible investment fraud case involving Amanda Martinez and Daniel Harrison." "We acknowledge that Ms. Martinez was employed at this establishment." I acknowledged, retrieving Amanda's job file on my computer. "She served as my secretary for 2 years. Her access was restricted to fundamental administrative responsibilities. She had no association with our unique technologies." The detective recorded observations while I delineated Amanda's duties and obligations. "When did she tender her resignation?" "Approximately 2 months prior, just before the finalization of my divorce." I provided him with a copy of her resignation letter. "All matters were recorded via Human Resources. Are you cognizant that she and Mr. Harrison have absconded with roughly $3.2 million in investor capital?" I maintained a neutral expression. "No, although I am not astonished. Amanda shown considerable interest in our company's purchase discussions, although lacking access to any confidential information. I presume she leveraged that imagined relationship to enhance the credibility of their strategy." The detective regarded me with curiosity. "You appear remarkably composed regarding this matter." I indicated the bustling office beyond my glass walls, where my team was engaged in genuine ideas. "I operate a legitimate technological firm that has recently been sold for $800 and is currently undergoing global expansion. I lack the time to concern myself with individuals who opt to believe in get-rich-quick programs." The subsequent weeks yielded a series of discoveries. While obtaining my morning coffee at my preferred cafe in Palo Alto, I overheard 2 of Daniel's ex-colleagues conversing about their losses. "He appropriated all my retirement assets and my children's college fund," one man stated, his voice trembling. "Amanda presented us with fraudulent trade reports, claiming we were achieving monthly returns of 40%. His partner responded, "How could we have been so foolish? We assumed this due to her employment at a technology firm." I discreetly settled my coffee bill and departed. Upon returning to the office, I had more pressing concerns to address. Our AI platform was growing more rapidly than anticipated, and I was conducting interviews for prospective leaders for our new Singapore branch. Authentic success is founded on genuine innovation. That afternoon, Barbara provided an update via phone call. She stated that the FBI is now involved. Amanda and Daniel reportedly established shell corporations in 7 distinct states. Total damages are estimated to be approximately $5 million. "Is there any indication of their presence?" I inquired, driven more by curiosity than by concern. The Cayman Islands account was depleted 2 days following their arrival. They were last observed embarking on a yacht, but surveillance subsequently lost their trail. Barbara halted. "The investigators seek to ascertain your willingness to provide a statement regarding Amanda's position inside your company." I contemplated this. "Transmit our HR documents and my prior statement to them. Amanda was a secretary without access to our technology. Any assertions she made to the contrary were fraud." Unequivocally, Barbara also noted the discovery of several intriguing emails. It appears that Daniel was boasting to investors about his intention to abandon his financially inept wife prior to achieving significant success with this investment strategy. "The timing is paradoxical." I smiled faintly, recalling his statements in the divorce documents. "Karma frequently exhibits superior timing compared to us." "Barbara, I must prepare for my board presentation. We are considering an expansion into medical AI applications." Subsequently, I traversed our office, observing my colleagues engaged in their tasks. The acquisition enabled us to recruit additional developers, and our technology was advancing in previously unimaginable ways. On one display, I observed our AI evaluating cancer therapy results. Conversely, it was forecasting climate change trends. My phone vibrated with a news notification. Local real estate magnate and former technology employee sought in connection with a multi-million-dollar investment fraud. The article featured images of Daniel and Amanda seeming refined and professional, asserting remarkable results derived from proprietary AI trading algorithms. Michael, my principal developer, cast a glance at my phone. It is difficult to comprehend their belief that they could replicate our technology. He stated, "We have dedicated years to the development of these algorithms. Individuals adhere to their preferred beliefs." I responded, placing my phone aside, particularly when they want effortless financial gain. Regarding finances, Michael smiled. The medical AI prototype has successfully completed its initial testing phase. The venture capital firms have commenced their outreach. I smiled, focusing on the future instead of the past. While Daniel and Amanda peddled falsehoods, we constructed something authentic, innovative technology capable of transforming lives. Let us concentrate on it. I stated, "We have an extensive amount of work to complete." 6 months into our acquisition integration, I was presenting our medical AI advancements at a prominent tech conference in San Francisco when the story was finally revealed. The Wall Street Journal published a comprehensive expose on Daniel and Amanda's fraudulent scheme, including details that were previously unknown to me. During an intermission between sessions, I perused the article on my tablet. They seemingly initiated their scheme as soon as our acquisition discussions commenced. Amanda exploited her role as my secretary to fabricate documentation, amalgamating elements of our genuine AI technology with entirely fictitious trading outcomes. Ms. Kennedy, a journalist from Tech Weekly, approached me as I exited the stage. "Do you have any remarks regarding the Harrison-Martinez investment scandal? Considering your association, my association is restricted to operating the legitimate technology company they attempted to replicate." I interjected courteously yet assertively. "Our AI platforms facilitate hospitals in forecasting patient outcomes and support climate scientists. I am here to address that matter." Upon returning to my hotel room, I received an email from the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit. Evidence was discovered indicating that Daniel attempted to access my company's servers numerous times following the revocation of Amanda's credentials, seeking to illicitly acquire trading algorithms to obscure his actions. The agent noted that your security measures thwarted any breach, however. "We request your team's assistance in tracing their digital footprint across multiple cryptocurrency exchanges." I transmitted the request to our security team. While we would assist law enforcement, I had more urgent issues to address. Our medical AI has recently obtained expedited approval for hospital trials, and numerous prominent healthcare providers are keen to collaborate with us. I received a text from Barbara on my phone. "It is important to inform you that Daniel has been located. Airport security in Buenos Aires apprehended him for attempting to utilize a counterfeit passport. No indication of Amanda or the funds." I was in the process of responding when my vice president of operations knocked on my door. "Apologies for the interruption, but the Singapore team has achieved a significant advancement in the climate modeling algorithm. They are prepared to demonstrate at your convenience." I instructed to arrange the call, then placed my phone aside. The past can be deferred. The future was unable to. The subsequent morning's headlines conveyed the remainder of the narrative. Amanda had seemingly vanished with almost all the funds, leaving Daniel to confront the repercussions alone. His futile endeavor to escape had been unsuccessful, and he was now confronting extradition and numerous federal charges. In my concluding keynote at the conference, I addressed the significance of ethical innovation and authentic value generation. I discussed the overarching lesson without referencing Daniel or Amanda. Genuine innovation transcends immediate profits and ostentatious assurances. I conveyed to the crowded auditorium. It pertains to addressing genuine issues and generating tangible value. Success is not quantified by rapid financial gain. It is quantified by the enhancement of lives and the resolution of issues. The irony was evident to all when our medical AI platform received the Innovation of the Year award on the same day Daniel was extradited to face charges. While he pursued illusory assurances and fraudulent algorithms, we constructed something groundbreaking. That evening, I received an additional update from the FBI. Numerous offshore accounts had been frozen, yet the majority of the investors' funds were depleted. Amanda evaded capture, presumably possessing millions in misappropriated assets. I shut my laptop and focused on our most recent project proposals. Their narrative was concluding, yet ours was still in progress. 1 year later, I observed Daniel's sentencing in the courtroom. He appeared older than his 35 years. His previous confidence supplanted by defeat. The judge was relentless in her evaluation of his offenses. "Mr. Harrison, you have admitted guilt to several charges of wire fraud, investment fraud, and conspiracy," she stated. "Your voluntary involvement in this scheme has devastated lives and depleted retirement savings." The court imposes a sentence of 12 years in federal incarceration. I did not remain to observe his departure. I attended a board meeting to discuss the deployment of our medical AI system to an additional 50 hospitals. Our technology has already enhanced patient outcomes by 40%, and the climate modeling division is achieving significant advancements in forecasting extreme weather patterns. The media labeled our narrative the tale of two paths, juxtaposing my authentic success with Daniel and Amanda's deceit. Although they peddled falsehoods and appropriated aspirations, we constructed something that genuinely transformed the world. Amanda remained unaccounted for, presumably residing with the embezzled millions. Interpol detected her presence in Dubai and subsequently in Singapore, however. The trail has since become elusive. Daniel's desperation to locate her had only highlighted the totality of her treachery. While driving to our Palo Alto headquarters, I contemplated how differently events might have unfolded if Daniel had taken the time to comprehend my project, rather than dismissing it as financially unviable. However, individuals pursuing rapid wealth often fail to discern genuine value when it presents itself. 2 weeks following Daniel's sentencing, I was invited to deliver the commencement address at Stanford's School of Engineering. Observing the multitude of enthusiastic faces, I recognized the identical drive and determination that had compelled me to create something significant. Success does not entail seeking shortcuts, I informed them. It pertains to generating genuine value. The world is populated by individuals seeking rapid gains and effortless wealth, however. Authentic innovation arises from commitment, integrity, and the bravery to create something substantial. Following the ceremony, a young woman approached me. Grasping her diploma, she stated that she read about the incident involving your ex-husband and former secretary. It must be gratifying to witness them receive their due recompense. I contemplated this for a brief period. In fact, I was preoccupied with constructing something substantial to concentrate on their decline. They selected their course, just as I selected mine. That evening, I received an email from the team in Singapore. Our climate modeling AI facilitated the successful evacuation of a small island nation prior to a catastrophic typhoon. Numerous lives have been preserved. Simultaneously, another notification appeared. Federal authorities had recently confiscated the remainder of Daniel's concealed assets, totaling a mere $42 in an overlooked account. While traversing our office, which now occupies 3 floors and employs more than 200 individuals, I experienced a profound sense of satisfaction. The enterprise that Daniel had trivialized as my minor endeavor is now appraised at over $100 million and, crucially, is affecting a significant impact globally. Occasionally, the most effective retribution is the absence of retribution. It is the profound gratification of constructing something significant while others pursue illusions.